Long ago in the land of Egypt the Israelites labored under harsh rule. Day by day their hands toiled, their spirits bowed. Children looked on helplessly, adults weary. Yet their hearts longed for freedom. God sent Moses, a man raised among royalty, to lead them. "Go, tell Pharaoh, let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and Egypt was struck by plagues. Rivers turned red, storms of locusts darkened the sky, and darkness lingered for days. Finally, Pharaoh relented. That night the Israelites packed quickly, bread without time to rise, belongings in haste. They left behind a land that had enslaved them, stepping into the unknown, guided by hope. The desert stretched before them, endless and daunting. But Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his armies to chase them. The Israelites stood trapped by the Red Sea, waves crashing, fear in their hearts. Then Moses raised his staff and a path opened. Walls of water towered on either side. They walked through the sea, awe and fear on their faces, guided by faith. Moses lifted his staff high, wind blowing, the water shimmering with divine power. When they reached the far shore, the waters returned and Pharaoh's armies were gone. The Israelites rejoiced, singing songs of freedom and hope. Sun rose over the desert, a new beginning for a freed people. Children danced, elders prayed, hearts filled with gratitude. Hope shone in the eyes of the next generation. They continued their journey through mountains and deserts, guided by faith. The story of the Exodus reminds us, freedom comes through struggle, courage through faith, hope lights the path when all seems lost. After crossing the Red Sea, the Israelites began their journey through the vast desert. The sun blazed above, the sand stretched endlessly, yet their hearts were filled with hope and fear. Days passed and their stomachs grew empty. They complained, but Moses prayed and God promised to provide. From the heavens fell manna, bread like flakes of dew, sustaining them day by day. Thirst followed hunger. At Rephidim water was nowhere to be found. The people worried, but God instructed Moses to strike a rock and water gushed forth, quenching the nation's thirst. Enemies came to attack, but the Israelites were not alone. Moses raised his staff on a hill as Joshua led the warriors. When his hands lifted, Israel triumphed. When they fell, the battle wavered. Divine guidance carried them to victory. After many days they reached Mount Sinai. Smoke rose, lightning flashed, and the mountain shook. God called to Moses from the fire. Moses climbed the towering Mount Sinai to meet God, leaving the Israelites at the foot of the mountain. He stayed for 40 days and nights, receiving the 10 Commandments etched by God's own hand. Below, the people grew restless. They looked around the desert, saw the long journey ahead, and began to doubt. Their faith wavered. Whispers of impatience turned into open complaints against Moses and God. "Make us a god to lead us," they demanded. Aaron, Moses' brother, gave in. They melted gold jewelry into a calf, a form of their old idols from Egypt, and bowed before it, dancing and celebrating with fire and music. The people feasted, worshiping the golden calf. They offered sacrifices to it and forgot the covenant they had made with God only weeks before. Their hearts strayed from faith to fear and desire for a tangible God. From the mountain, God saw their sin. His anger burned against the people. "They have corrupted themselves," he said. "I will destroy them and make a new nation through Moses." Moses fell to his knees, pleading for mercy. "Lord, remember your promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Spare your people." His words softened God's wrath, and the Israelites were granted another chance. Moses descended with the tablets. When he saw the golden calf, his anger burned. He cast the tablets to the ground, breaking them. The calf was destroyed, and Aaron faced the people, reminding them of the covenant they had broken. Some were punished for their idolatry. The people mourned their sin. confessing their wrongdoing. God's forgiveness came through repentance, and the Israelites learned the cost of turning from him. Moses ascended Sinai again, and God gave him new tablets. The commandments were renewed. The Israelites recommitted to obey, worship, and follow God, understanding that faith, not idols, would guide their journey. After receiving God's laws, the Israelites continued their journey through the wilderness. Though free, their hearts wavered, and the road ahead seemed endless. Sand stretched in every direction, and the sun beat upon their backs. Days passed, and the people grew restless. They feared the unknown and doubted Moses' leadership. Their longing for Egypt's food led them to complain, forgetting the miracles they had witnessed. While Moses ascended Mount Sinai to commune with God, the people's doubt turned into rebellion. They fashioned a golden calf, bowing before it and forgetting the covenant they had promised to honor. God's anger burned, but Moses pleaded on behalf of the people. Descending the mountain, he saw their sin, shattered the stone tablets in grief, yet prayed for mercy. God relented, showing compassion for the nation he had chosen. Moses ascended Sinai again to receive new tablets. God reaffirmed his covenant, laws to guide their hearts, commandments to shape their lives. The Israelites renewed their vow, pledging obedience, faith, and worship of the one true God. Even as they followed God's guidance, the desert tested them. Manna continued to fall from heaven. Water flowed from rocks, and clouds of protection moved above. They learned to trust, surviving on miracles, relying on faith rather than fear. Moses led the people tirelessly, mediating disputes, teaching the law, and reminding them of God's promises. Joshua and the elders guided smaller groups, ensuring order, while prayers and songs filled the camps, keeping hope alive. The road ahead was long and uncertain. They faced mountains, deserts, and enemies yet unknown. With God's presence among them, each step was guided by faith, and every trial became a lesson in obedience and courage. And so the Israelites journeyed on, a nation being formed not just by law but by faith, perseverance, and trust in the God who delivered them. Their story would echo through generations, a testament to freedom, hope, and divine promise. Moses led with patience and courage, teaching the law, resolving disputes, and reminding the people of God's promises. Joshua and the elders guided groups, ensuring order, while songs of worship filled the camps. The Israelites' path was long, filled with deserts, mountains, and trials yet to come. But with God's presence among them, faith carried them forward. Their story, a testament to freedom, obedience, and divine promise, would echo through generations.